My name is Jedediah Cooper. I was born a slave. Don't know exactly when, but I was halfway between a boy and a man when I first heard the guns of Mr. Lincoln's War in 1861. For days we couldn't see any Union soldiers, but we slaves knew they had come to set us free. My best friend was a dog named Jack. Used to be no coon or deer could outrun Jack until Master got some hounds. Old Jack was tied to that fence winter and summer, never to chase a rabbit again. Master let me get 5 of his eggs every morning. Didn't let no other slave do that, but I didn't dare tell him the eggs were for my pa.
One of Master Lincoln's soldiers came by last night looking for some food.
Yeah, when he told me, meet him down by the creek side, and he supposed to let us join the army.
We gonna look after his horses.
Look, you wanna come, Jed?
Come on, Jed.
Gotta take care of Pa.
Go on back to your pappy then.
Master Cooper said we'd be eating grass like mules if we ran to the Yankee army, but I didn't believe that. We knew that any slave attempting to join the Union army would pay with their lives if they were caught.
What's all the fuss about? Have a piece of bread.
Mommy, where's Pa?
Master often whipped my pa for no reason I could see. My pa was getting so sick he couldn't go out and work no more.
Pa, I want to take you with the Yankees so you would never get whipped again.
No, son. I was worn out.
I'll carry you if I have to. Mama, you and Shadow can come too.
I can't be running off with no Yankees, child. I got Shadow to look after. And besides, Yankees cut off little colored boy's ears.
Dad, get out here and fall in.
Better go see what he wants.
I already know what he wants.
I belonged to Master's son, Kirk. I did all Kirk's chores, carried his books to school, fanned the flies when he ate, and drilled with him every morning. Kirk wanted to join the Southern Army and prove himself to a father that didn't think very much of his own son.
You did better last week.
Being that he was a hero from the Mexican War, Master expected a general's commission any day from Robert E. Lee. I knew if Kirk joined the army, I would be right at his side.
Where you going, Pa?
Willie here says that 2 of our slaves ran off to join the Yankees this morning. I'm gonna go catch him. And you tell your father he needs to work today if he wants me to feed him.
Yes, sir.
I found him in the barn just now, drying tobacco.
We're gonna make my daddy proud. Kill ourselves a Yankee.
Master Cooper warned his son to stay away from the guns from the Mexican War he kept in his study. But Kirk was eager to prove himself and got a gun for each of us to find a Union soldier to kill.
Kirk, maybe we should bring Jack along.
He might protect us.
No. Jack ain't a dog for war.
Please, Master Kirk.
If my pa wants to whip me for untying Jack, I'm gonna say it was you. Look at them Yankees run.
Behind
What?
you!
Six-shooter. They don't give the Southern Army no pistols.
Kirk, it ain't right taking the head off a dead man.
We ain't got no more Yanks to shoot at, so we'll pretend this here is a real Yank. Come on. Why are you so scared? Huh?
Last time we went bird hunting, your daddy said next time he catch me with a gun again, he go use it on me.
He wouldn't hurt you, Jed. You know that. Come on, show your stuff. Now say, die, Yankee, die.
Water. Water.
I'm not giving him no water.
Water, please.
What are you doing? That's the enemy.
Come on, my pappy could doctor you.
Leave me here, son.
No, we can't do that. You's helping us. Come on, Kirk, he's dying.
My pa had a reputation for doctoring us slaves. He was the only hope for that wounded Yankee. But we knew the price my pa would pay if Master discovered a Union soldier in his tobacco barn.
Lord, have mercy, Jed.
Get off now. This ain't no place for you, Kurt.
You have a name, son?
Name's Jed, sir.
I never could snuggle up next to my pappy like that. Today I set Jed free. I give him my gun.
He's my slave boy.
Go on, do what I say.
What's your name?
My name's Nathaniel. He's a good son, isn't he?
Your pappy said the same.
Not if you hear him talk.
Don't say that.
I have this letter that I wrote to him. But he never writes back.
Reverend A.L. Stewart, 153 Pennsylvania Avenue, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Can you get that letter to him? Promise me.
I'll try.
We slaves knew we weren't allowed to be around no Yankees, say nothing of a Yankee soldier. But nothing would have stopped us from praying and watching over Nathaniel that night. The Lord knew best, though, and took that soldier home with him the next morning.
It was a happy day for the South. Happy day for the South. We did a hard day's work, Eli.
Master Cooper once told us slaves that none of us would ever see another day if we tried to run from him. When I saw Amos and Tempe shot dead and slung over the back of a horse, I knew Master might do the same thing to my pa. Kirk tried to lie and said we'd been down by the swimming hole, but Master saw the blood on Kirk's shirt and made him tell how he got that blood from the Yankee soldier.
What's that I see on your shirt, son? Somebody get hurt?
Sheila, what are you gonna do about those slaves harboring the enemy? You got to do something, or all your slaves be running off like they did at the Johnson plantation.
Give me my whip. Get the others out of here.
Son, you let Daddy handle this.
No, Pa.
No, you won't.
I will.
Go where it says on that soldier's letter. Moses will show you where to start.
I'll stay here with you, Pa.
Promise me you'll run away. Yeah.
I promise. Come on, Jack.
Noah's not well, Father.
Don't tell me. Can't even do a half day's work no more. Are you a soldier or a coward boy? Go take care of that dog. I'm sorry, Noah, but I put a white man down for what you did today.
Don't leave him like that.
Jed, you gotta get out of here now.
Jed, I'm not gonna lay a hand on you.
There's a creek that runs alongside Cooper Woods. You follow that until it runs into the river. You go all the way to the end until you see a white house. Out in front, there's gonna be a statue. When you get to it, you go up and you knock on that door 3 times and then 2 times more. There's a lady there, and she's a nice lady, and she's gonna help you catch a train that's gonna take you to the north.
No, don't let my baby go. No.
What should I do, Mama?
You got no place to go, Jed.
I still got the letter from the soldier, Mama.
That's so far, Jed. No.
Now you take this, and here's some food for you. I took it off of that dead soldier.
Moses, bury my pa and the soldier like you did old Joe. I love you so much, Mama.
I love you too, son. Forget the Lord, son.
I won't hurt you, Jed. You're afraid. But have I ever whipped you? I've always taken up for you, Jed. When I let you learn how to read now, my neighbors threatened me, but it didn't faze me none. By the fence in case Jed comes back for that dog.
I put my life on the line that day for Dog Jack. I pitied Jack, seeing him tied up to that fence, his life no better than us slaves. I wasn't about to go north without taking Dog Jack with me.
Get back to work!
Don't try to stop me. You don't have a gun. I could beat you if we fight.
You won't be punished if you come right back, Jed. I won't touch a hair on your head, son. I'm going in there alone. Call it, boys.
The food Moses gave us disappeared fast. Jack found us some eggs, and we ate berries and raw corn along the way. Sometimes we'd travel at night if we heard there were slave catchers nearby. I began to wonder if I was doing the right thing by leaving my ma and sister behind.
Child. Where you two headed? Come on, don't be shy. I know I'm a big lady, but I'm not gonna bite you. They got a train heading up to Pittsburgh every day at noon, but they'll never let a black child get on it.
Your ticket, please. Dogs are supposed to ride in the baggage car.
Please, sir. He won't make no trouble.
Well, I just hope those bounty hunters don't ask any questions when we get to Pittsburgh.
Wish I could say our troubles were over when Jack and I reached Pittsburgh. But the fugitive slave law required northern states to return runaway slaves back to their masters. Slave catchers were hated by the local people.
That don't look too good, Jack.
But those men hung around the trains looking to get a fat reward for turning in a runaway. Even though the bounty hunters could lawfully return me to Master Cooper, the people of Pittsburgh felt sorry for me and made a way for me to cut loose. But as Jack and I were worth several $100s to those slave catchers, I knew they wouldn't give up so soon.
Father, stop. He's trying to ask us something.
Please, I'm looking for Reverend Stewart.
He's in church now, next block, right up Pennsylvania Avenue.
Thank you.
We're going in that direction if you'd... I wouldn't go there if I was you. He's different since his wife died.
I've nothing against the colored race. Many have gotten respectable jobs here in Pittsburgh. But is it worth shedding our blood to set them free? Mrs. Gardner, I ask you, if Christ were here today, would he wage war to free the slaves?
No.
I ain't going nowhere.
Excuse me, what can I do for you men?
We have it on good authority that this here boy is a runaway.
So?
If he's a slave, federal law says we take him in.
I'm sorry, but Adam here is my altar boy, and his dog guards the church at night. Adam, Spot, take the collection plates back to the narthex.
I never heard of altar boys in a Presbyterian church, Pastor.
Or a dog that serves communion.
Gentlemen, you may have picked the lowest form of work next to prostitution, but do it elsewhere, would you?
You may hear from these men again. They'll kill if they need to. Best get out of town for a while.
What am I supposed to do with the boy?
He'll come with us. We're signed on with the Pittsburgh 102nd. We're leaving for Washington tomorrow. Might be the safest place for both of you.
I don't believe in the war, Matt.
I don't think you have a lot of choice, Reverend.
Thank you, Reverend Stewart. Maybe you saved my life.
I just won't tolerate anyone coming in my church and telling me what to do.
I'm tired.
Maybe they can spend the night here.
The Protestant Orphanage Asylum will take them in for the night. It's right down the street.
Quiet! Quiet, or I'll give you a taste of my hickory stick.
Excuse me. I need a place to stay for the night. I'm joining the army tomorrow.
Boy, my orphanage ain't no stop on any underground railroad.
Get in here. The dog stays outside.
What's your name?
Chad, sir.
And you and Jack want to join the Army?
Yes, sir. I want to go back to Virginia and set my mammy and sister free.
He was a fine Christian boy till he fell in with the wrong crowd.
Reverend Stewart, I met your son a few days ago. And I got something to give you.
Listen, I had to say what I did to those two bounty hunters. But there'll be no more lying in this house or talking about my son, do you hear? Whatever happened to my boy, I'll wait to hear about it from the United States Army.
Yes, sir.
My wife used to take such good care of that garden.
Where's your wife?
Dead. Caught the fever from one of the runaways she helped.
Sorry, sir.
There's an extra blanket on the bed. Be careful in here. It's my son's room.
Thank you, sir.
Have you seen the colored boy?
I haven't seen him anywhere. I'll bet that dog knows where he is.
Governor Curtin has asked Pennsylvania to do more than its share, as we did in April.
Get your image taken. $2. Leave me your address. I'll make sure your family and loved ones get it.
Have you seen a colored boy?
Maybe you went inside to sign up for the war.
2,000 of our men just died at Manassas, and you're worried about my leg.
We disqualified you because of that leg in April, Casey.
Hey, Reverend. You and the boys are signing up. You want to join us?
No. Excuse me, you haven't seen a colored boy, have you?
Hold your horses, Reverend.
Tore up my son's room and ran off.
We'll
he be able to receive my letters on the battlefield?
No guarantees, ma'am.
Jesse, you gotta stay. Don't go. I need you.
I want to help free the slaves, Mom.
You barking?
Reverend Stewart?
Jed, is that you?
Yes, sir. Thanks for helping me.
I came to arrest you. You trashed my son's room. Is that how you pay me back?
Those slave catchers did it. Said they go kill you for getting their way.
What's going on here?
We have a rightful claim to the boy.
Right now I have with me a highly decorated veteran of the Mexican War.
He distinguished himself by slaying 13 Mexican soldiers with this here fish knife.
And this dog here enjoys eating up anything that's left over.
We'll see you in church, Pastor.
Yeah, we'll see if you make it there. Hurry along now.
Listen, I need to get on that train. I don't expect to be returning, so I'm leaving you in possession of everything I own.
I, Jimmy Malloy,
I, Jimmy Malloy,
age 14 years,
age 14 years,
and by occupation a student at Colley School,
and by occupation a student at Colley School,
do hereby voluntarily enlist
do hereby voluntarily enlist
in the United States Army
in the United States Army
for a period of 3 years,
for a period of 3 years,
unless I should die before then.
unless I should die before then.
In 3 years, you'll be big enough to fight, Jimmy.
My father says I can fight when I'm 14.
A change of heart about the war, Reverend? We can't pay you unless you carry a gun.
I don't want your money. I'll be assisting Surgeon Sawyer.
War ain't no place for chickens that ain't got their pin feathers.
I suppose I could ask you why you're not fighting in the war, but I won't bother.
Shouting the battle cry of freedom, from the hillside to the vale, we will rally once again. Shouting the battle cry of freedom, the Union forever, hurrah, boys, hurrah! Down with the traitor and up with the stars, while we rally round the flag, boys, rally once again. Shouting the battle cry of freedom, the Union forever, hurrah, boys, hurrah! Down with the traitor and up with the stars, while we rally round the flag, boys, rally once again. Shouting the battle cry of freedom.
So anyways, this band of Mexicans all appears at once and rushes at me. And I don't have time to load and shoot. So I take my bayonet and I just start stabbing, anything that comes at me. And I got them all. And you're looking at me funny now. But half you boys are gonna run like sissies the first time you see a rebel gun.
I ain't gonna run, Casey.
We'll see about that, young boy. You like my stories, young man? Bet you can hardly wait to settle the score with your old master.
I don't know about someone coming to my back who's been taking orders from Rebs all his life.
Sounds like your life story, Tennessee.
Some of the boys signed on to get the enlistment bonus. Some wanted to quit school and carry a gun. Casey just wanted to kill rebels, and the Rev couldn't figure out why he came at all. Me, I I wanted to set my ma and sister free. But there would come a time when you'd find out war is mainly about one thing, and that's dying. That fall, we were sent to Tenali Town, just outside Washington, to learn how to fight. General McClellan was sure if we stayed out the winter, the Rebs would get tired of waiting and give up the rebellion.
Here's your rifle.
Here's your half-dog tent. 1 canteen, 1 gum blanket.
I hear Reverend Stewart has 300 greenbacks in his tent. If you took 100, I bet he wouldn't notice.
I'm Captain Malloy. No crucible ever tested metal as this war to test your character.
When do we see fighting, sir?
When General McClellan determines that we're ready.
Jesse, didn't they issue you an umbrella?
Umbrella, no.
It's fraud. Go demand your umbrella. Go on.
Where's your weapon, Stewart?
I'll be working with the medical corps, sir. I purchased food for myself and the boy.
Sir, excuse me. Sir, did you forget to issue me an umbrella, sir?
Quartermaster,
Sir,
how'd this boy get issued a rifle?
thought everybody was supposed to fight, sir.
Have you read this?
No, sir. No Negro should carry any kind of weapon, offensive or defensive.
Turn in his gear.
I'll take this. Excuse me, Reverend Stewart. Could you tell me what time it is?
Just had it in.
You're tickling in here, Father.
I didn't take the watch.
Come with me, boy.
What are you gonna do?
Putting him on the next train back to Pittsburgh.
Bounty hunters will get him. It's my watch. I'll take care of it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And you could be responsible for him. Men, better watch our gear from now on.
Water, please. Water, please.
Jed.
And here it doesn't matter what color a man's uniform is. Do you understand?
Right shoulder, shift. Forward. Bring that rifle up, soldier, to there. Support. Forward.
Even my dog used to be a soldier before I do.
I couldn't do what you're doing right now if my life depended on it. Think you could be a soldier?
Maybe I get used to it.
When I was 14 and living in Laredo, they told me I was too young to fight in the Mexican War. They had me cleaning latrines and burying the dead horses. You know what I did? Grabbed a gun off a dead Mexican, joined the Texas Volunteers, got loaded to the gills with knives and pistols, and I showed them. I showed them how wrong they were.
You got a 6-shooter?
You want to try it? See if you can hit one of these. You try. What's the name of your master?
Master Cooper, actually, General Cooper.
General Cooper? Well, you just pretend. That's General Cooper over there. You just line up that little piece of metal there with the target.
I know.
You know, huh?
Uh-huh.
The Army's cutting off their nose to spite their face by keeping you from being a soldier, Jed.
Casey! Get your men to extra work or I'll put you up on charges.
Yes, sir. Come on, boys.
I got a special job for you.
I hope you like cleaning latrines, because that's gonna be your job for the war.
Not when I get to be a soldier.
You're never gonna trust a colored boy with a gun. They'll let your dog march in this army before a colored man.
I don't see you carrying a gun.
My father says I can carry a gun as soon as I turn 15. Oh, a pretty good pickpocket, aren't I?
You took his watch, didn't you?
Jimmy, I wouldn't bother with that boy if I were you.
Ah, Reverend, he's used to it. Where'd you pick up this sorry-looking mutt?
His name is Jack, and he'll sick you if you bothering me. Get him, Jack.
Oh, Jed, your dog's just like you. Cowering to white people so long, he can't stand up to no one. You both gonna be running as soon as you see a gray uniform.
I just say the word and he goes straight for your throat.
Try it.
Cool off, Jed. It isn't worth it.
Don't let him push you around, Jed.
I'm Captain Malloy's son. Nobody ever talks to him.
You gonna let him do that? You could take him, Jed.
Get him,
Jed,
Jed!
Jed, don't do this.
Oh, here we go, boy!
Help! Yellow boy's gonna kill me! Father!
Get him off! Get him off!
Hey, I'm gonna tell my father. He's gonna court-martial you and string you up in colored people's jail.
You're gonna tell your father that the little colored boy beat you? What's he gonna think of you?
Jed, I know you didn't take the watch.
Maybe I did.
We heard rumors that we'd soon march back to Virginia to track down a group of rebel soldiers called the Fort Resolve Raiders, who were blowing up Union Railroad lines and munition dumps. Master had often gone hunting with these men, and their fort was close by to our plantation.
Listen up! Tomorrow we march into Virginia. We're returning to Manassas.
I'll carry any of your keepsakes for you in case
we die?
I think we should pray, Chaplain.
Our chaplain doesn't pray.
I can see them.
They can see you. How do you feel about that?
I can smell them.
few snipers left. Get in the woods and flank them.
Go, boy. Go! Go, go! Stay low! Into the woods and wait for me. I've got to help some of these wounded. Dad, try and keep the soldier alive!
Here, try this on for size.
What are you doing?
He needs a gun to protect himself.
Jed, he's cold. Give me a blanket.
No, he's just a rebel, son.
He's still a man. Give me your blanket.
Men like this killed his pa.
If he hates, he's just as bad as they are. Give me your blanket. Come on, Jimmy, Jesse. We need help. Jed, take care of yourself.
I wouldn't blame you if you want to use that on him for any reason. I never bothered with prisoners much.
Ain't you ever seen a Reb up close before? What's your name, boy?
Jed.
You a slave, Jed?
Not no more.
Who's your master?
General Cooper.
He's stationed over at Fort Resolve with his son about 50 miles from here. I'm sure he'd like to know you're here. If General Cooper was here right now, would you kill him? I know you wouldn't use that on me, my boy. Hold your horses. I'm just getting more comfortable.
Help Casey! You stay away, boy.
Hey!
Casey!
Help here! Help here!
Casey never told the captain his leg got grazed while saving me from that rebel soldier I was supposed to guard. Maybe Tennessee was right. When you take orders from Rebs all your life, it ain't so easy to fire a gun at them.
Dear soldier, I just saw your ad in the Waverly magazine. You appear to be a very fine gentleman, and I would enjoy writing to you. Yours truly, Hannah Fry. Woo, in another week, I will be a
Hell, you will.
We got more mail, guys. Emerson.
Thank you.
We got a package for you, Jesse. Tennessee. Oh, that's right. You don't know how to read.
Get out of here. Haven't heard from Molly. Don't know if everything is all right at home or if that babe will ever get here.
Babies like to come late, Matt. Don't fret so much.
Hey, listen to this, boys. Pittsburgh Inquirer. The Southern Rebellion is on its last legs. Nearly all its supplies are cut off. In a very brief period, the South will thus be forced to submit.
Why in tarnation they print this in the papers anyway?
If they tell the truth, nobody's gonna support this war.
Oh, look what we got here, boys.
Condensed milk. Needles and thread. We got our company seamstress, boys.
She just never sends me anything that's made in a southern factory.
Give me my stuff back.
Give us some hardtack. You don't eat that anyhow.
Got a letter from a girl in Virginia.
All right.
Jack, you're a better soldier than I am.
I don't really care much for those old camp songs. They make me feel homesick. I prefer the old standards like Old Rugged Cross and By the River.
They're all right. I just don't sing them anymore.
Yeah. Matt said that we were near your home. Jed, are you all right?
He's out there.
Who's out there?
Master Cooper. Maybe I'll see him tomorrow.
And you can stay in the back with Chaplain Stewart and me.
No, I want to stay on the front line.
All right, then. I'll be on the front line with you. You stick by me.
Something's troubling you, boy. What is it?
On May 31st, in the woods near Leavens Mill, an unknown band of rebel sharpshooters attacked us in great force. By noon, some of our own pickets broke and ran.
Yellow bellies!
I say we get out of here while we can.
We don't retreat until we're ordered to retreat.
There's our orders. It's time to get out of here.
Matt, where's your sense of fight?
Got a baby out of the way.
There's at least 4 battery of cannon out there. Jack, come back!
Jack!
Jack!
Come back!
Jack, get back here! Jack! Jack! Jack!
Saw their guns. They ain't got nothing but a bunch of logs painted up to fool us.
You got a vivid imagination, boy.
That ain't no log.
There are only a few Johnny Rebs shooting at us.
You want to go out there and finish them off?
Quaker guns. They don't have the numbers we do. Trying to scare us with these painted logs.
Don't look like no painted gun to me.
Jed might be right. Firing's coming from over there. Maybe we could take them.
Yeah, there's men firing up there, all right. I bet it's just a handful of them sharpshooters, like Jed said.
Look at this, boys. Belongs to the Fort Resolve Raiders. No wonder they're giving us such a hard time. Good boy, Jack.
Jack, I told you not to go out there. They shot my dog.
Jack's just grazed a little, that's all.
They killed my father. I'm gonna make them pay. Casey, give me a gun. I ain't gonna see her no more.
Don't do it. Remember that Reb you was supposed to keep an eye on?
Does he look like the same boy to you now?
I want to go with Jed, Casey, and Jimmy too if he's not too scared.
I'm not scared.
Casey, they're just children.
We don't take those snipers now. They'll send twice the men by tonight.
You'll burn in hell for this.
You always talk that way to your son, Reverend. Ever wonder why he joined the army?
Jed, for God's sake, you'll take these boys to their death.
Casey, I'm gonna sneak up behind them to catch them off guard.
I'm going with them, Father.
You're not ready, boy.
I'm not a boy anymore.
Take care of my dog, Reverend Stewart. He's bleeding badly.
All right, boys, let's give Jed some cover.
I order you to surrender.
Drop your guns, boys.
Don't move.
Don't want to get hurt. We all just want to go home, don't we? I know I do. See my little girl. I order you to surrender to the Confederacy.
You only got enough lead in there to kill one person.
I guess I'll aim at you, colored boy.
Tried to kill me, sir.
You know who you're up against now, boy. Fort Resolve Raiders. You and your man will pay for this.
He's an officer. His sharpshooters must be close by.
Let's go get him then.
Must be 5 of them up there.
I could take them.
No. You don't have to do anything. I'll go.
No, Jesse, it's my job.
I'm going, Jed. It's about time I fought.
Jimmy, go around that way and cover him.
All the spilt blood. It's gonna mean something someday, isn't it?
I hope so, Jesse.
Can you promise me something? Promise me you'll tell my mom that I was a brave boy.
I'll tell her. And I promise to kill every rebel I lay my hands on.
I'm scared, Jed! There's bullets flying everywhere! We're all gonna die now, aren't we?
Stay here. You'll be safe. That's for Jesse.
Jed got the snipers, every single one of them.
It's gonna be all right. Where's Jesse?
He's dead.
greater love hath no man than this, that he lay down his life for his friend. But what am I supposed to say now, God? That we trust this boy to your steadfast care? This boy who never hated till someone taught him to?
That's not true. He ain't hate nobody. All he wanted to do is set the slaves free, that's all.
I thought about Jesse and how he laid down his life for me that day. I lost a lot of blood, and I wish I could die so I could go be with my friend.
Don't be foolish, Chaplain. He'll be dead by morning, and his blood will be on your hands.
The surgeon said he'd have to cut off my leg if I wanted to live. I knew I couldn't be a soldier no more and started to cry.
You're a good man.
Then Reverend Stewart did something that I never saw him do before.
My job.
He started yelling at that surgeon and said he'd use his saw on him if he tried to cut off my leg.
Thank you, Chaplain.
You won't thank me if you die.
Can you hand me my canteen?
What did the soldier look like back at the plantation?
He was tall, like you.
Go, now, go.
He had the same eyes. And he said his father never wrote back.
Why didn't you give this to me earlier?
You told me never to speak of your son, sir. Sir, your son be here today, except he tried to save me.
Say that again.
Your son went in front of those bullets to get me and Kirk out of the way.
Nathaniel wrote how sorry he was for running away from home and leaving his father all alone. I believe the Reverend forgave his son that day. I hoped he'd do the same for me.
Why didn't God take that colored boy instead of my son?
Have you forgotten what it's like to suffer?
I haven't forgotten.
Then help those boys, Reverend.
Matt, go get the rest of the men. We're gonna pray.
You pray? That night and the next day, Reverend Stewart and the rest of the boys prayed for me and Dog Jack. It was the first time I'd seen our chaplain pray since his wife died.
My son kept his secret things in here. I held on to it for him to give to his son someday.
I never had toys before.
They're all yours. Nate liked this the most.
Your wife?
Yes. He loved her so.
He loved you too.
I never gave him a chance.
You read his letter?
In case, you know...
In case I don't walk again.
Would you like to come back to Pittsburgh with me?
I know I broke the rules, sir.
You saved my son's life, Jed. I'm very grateful. Those were the Fort Resolve Raiders you fought.
My master's at Fort Resolve, sir.
Well, we're gonna take the fort. And when we do, you won't have to worry about your master no more. First, we have to cut their food supplies.
Count me in, Captain Malloy.
I've ordered Corporal Case to issue you a musket, a full uniform, and a monthly stipend. You can rejoin the company as soon as you're up and around.
I'm not so sure he'll be able to walk.
We'll see about that. I guess I won't be going back to Pittsburgh, sir.
You're gonna get even with Master Cooper then.
Do you think I go to hell for fighting in this war, sir?
I don't know, but hate can send a man to hell even before he dies.
But how can a man fight in this war and not hate, sir?
Molly gave birth to a baby girl today. Details later. Love mother. I'm a father.
My leg healed up during that summer. I was old enough to fight, but green enough to think that smoking and playing cards would make me a man. We drilled and started to prepare for an eventual raid on Fort Resolve. Casey taught me how to hate rebel soldiers, and with all I'd been through, that wasn't hard for me to learn.
Ceasefire! I said ceasefire! They're still out there!
They're all dead.
They need water, Father. I'll go if you let me.
What kind of men are we if we can't give some water to the dying?
And go.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not gonna let him go alone.
See what happened to my hat?
He's a kid. He's better off by himself.
Jack, get back here!
Oh! Jim, what is this?
Huh? We're going to get some food. You want to come?
Yeah, I want to come. Is this expedition with or without my father's orders?
Oh, we'll sanction it after it's successful.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, you can be captain tonight, Jimmy.
No! That's it. Hey, maybe we'll get some torches and burn some barns.
What are you doing?
We do this. One less rebel will march on a full stomach.
Why do we have to burn the barn? The children won't have anything to eat.
We burn down these barns, the sooner the war will be over and that boy's daddy can come home. They want to eat, let them surrender.
When we burned down that barn, we didn't figure those flames could be seen by Fort Resolve pickets several miles away. They were outraged at our burning their food supplies. When they came out to capture us, our men were so drunk with whiskey, they didn't fight back at all.
Got you now. Is that cock man in there? Will that cock man?
In 1862, Jefferson Davis issued an order that gave Southern prisoners the right to do pretty much as they pleased with captured Negro soldiers. Unless I could be of some use to the Southern Army, there wasn't much reason for them to keep me alive.
The Army of the Confederate States of America welcomes you and would be much obliged to have your cap. Boots, straps, belts, coats, gentlemen, everything. What's that? Come on, come on. Boots. Come on, everything. Shall we shoot him now, boys?
Yeah. We could get cash if we turn him in. Who's your master? Speak up, boy.
I heard this dog was responsible for spotting our sharpshooters up at Leaven's Mill.
Leave Jack alone. He was General Cooper's best hunting dog. And I suppose you belong to General Cooper as well.
You don't belong to no General Cooper.
If he's Cooper's slave, then he should be loyal to the Confederacy.
Put it on. Prove you're one of us. And kill this Yankee saboteur. Do it, or I'll drop you and your dog right now.
You pull that trigger, Jed, they'll kill you anyway.
His name is Jedediah Cooper. He's my house slave back on the plantation.
What are you doing, boy? Sir, may I have permission to kill this piece of trash for defiling the Confederacy?
He might be a piece of trash, but he's actually my father.
That can't be.
My father will deal with it.
Jack? Jack?
It was standard practice for both northern and southern prisons not to hinder chaplains who wanted to visit their men. But he was only able to take Jack that day. Dog Jack was the only dog in history that I know of that was valuable enough to be exchanged for an enemy prisoner.
Who are you?
I'm Nathaniel.
Why are you here?
Put this on. You're going to see the general.
You know, my boys have a pretty savage reputation. Don't think much of killing a Yankee prisoner. Say nothing of a colored Yankee. There's really not much I can do to keep you alive. Unless I can give them a good reason not to kill you.
Like what?
I'd sure like to find out what your men are planning to do with our fort. I'll put you on double rations if you'll snoop on your boys for me.
No, sir.
Well, don't say I didn't give you a chance to live.
Where's my dog?
I gave your chaplain a pass to come here and get him. He asked me to give this to you. Dismissed. He asked me if he could take you, but I told him, you can't take my colored boy. He's my son. Yep, my son, Jed. I hate to see your eyes like that, Jed. You know, some people say we got the same eyes. You ever wonder why they say that?
I ain't got the same eyes as you.
Oh, how I loved your mother.
Ready! Hey!
Okay, 2 minutes.
What'd they do to you?
Probably trying to teach me a lesson. I'm more concerned about you. Listen, don't worry about Jack. I exchanged a rebel prisoner for him. He's fine. What's the matter, Jed?
It's hard to say, sir.
Listen, we don't have much time. So you get a message to Cooper. Tell him you want to be put on work detail.
I ain't no Judas.
Listen, is that the plan? We're gonna break into the corn Dodgers. So remember the plan.
Hey, Jed. Saved your life. Don't you want to say thank you?
Come on. How's my mama?
She's all right. After they beat her for running away.
And Shadow?
She's working in the fields now. They both want to see you again, Jed. I'd do what my father says if I was you.
Kirk, is it true that General Cooper...
Yeah.
Can you get me out of here?
I can't, Jed.
Come on.
And you call yourself a soldier.
It's Jed.
Hey, Jed.
Jed.
Good to see you.
Great to see you, buddy.
How are you?
Oh, man, alive, man. That's great. Good to have you back.
All right,
Jed.
break it up.
I said break it up! Get back to it!
The signal is get back to work, you corn dodgers.
What are they planning?
We haven't had a break all morning. All right, 1 minute.
Except you.
All right, let's get back to work. Back to work, you corn dodgers.
Got your boy, General.
Hold your fire, man. Hold your fire.
We'd heard rumors that 10 miles from Fort Resolve, there were some freed slaves who would help us cross over to the Union lines.
Live humble, humble, humble yourself to build and wrong. Live humble, humble, humble yourself to build and wrong. To build and wrong, the Indian song, the Lord and brought our hearts and tongue. I wonder why Satan keep a grumbling down. He chained in hell where he can't get out. The Lord come along about the morning.